Hello, peace everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to day 6 of our 7-day chakra healing. Today we're focusing on our third eye chakra, which is located right in between our brow, and it is also physically manifested as our pineal gland, which if you're watching this video, I'm sure you've heard about so many times before. This energy center deals with our intuition and mental clarity. So if this is imbalanced in you, you may experience sleep disorders, lack of focus, and even anxiety or depression. Now, it can be a little bit tricky to heal our third eye chakra with using just asanas, but in this practice, to achieve the fruits of our labor, it is important to always bring our attention back to our third eye area. So keeping this in mind, you can meet me kneeling in the middle of your mat in Vajrasana, and we'll get started with our practice. So beginning sitting on our knees here. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can sit back in an easy seat. But wherever you are, we're going to plant our hands on top of our knees and using this pressure to inhale in a seated cow and exhale, rounding out our back to a seated cat. Good. Once again, inhale and exhale. 2 more of these. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. If you're sitting on your knees, making sure that we're tucking our toes underneath us here, and we're going to grasp our hands back behind us, pulling them down towards the earth underneath, and we're going to lift our heart and our third eye chakra into the heavens, getting a deep stretch in our upper back here, and bringing our attention to our third eye right in between our brow. And you can release this grasp and meet me in a child's pose, extending your knees to the outer parts of your mat and lowering down onto your forehead, bringing attention to your third eye. And threading our right arm underneath our left, getting a deep stretch in our right deltoid muscles. And replacing that right arm and shifting that left arm underneath your right, getting a stretch in those left deltoid muscles. And replacing that left arm, and you can go ahead and shift yourself up into a tabletop position. And once we're here, tucking our toes underneath us and shifting our hips up into downward facing dog. You can take a moment here to walk your feet out, getting a deeper stretch in your calf muscles and in the arches of your feet. And once we're done walking our feet out, we can step our feet towards the outer parts of our mat here and grabbing a hold of the outer part of our left ankle with our right hand, getting a deep opposing stretch, feeling it on your right shoulder blades. And replacing that right arm and grabbing a hold of the right ankle with our left hand. And replacing that left arm, and we can walk our legs back into a neutral downward dog. We're going to inhale as that right leg comes up and back behind us into three-legged dog. And exhale, stepping that right foot in between your hands and lowering down onto that left knee. And you can bring that right hand on the left side of your right leg. And if it feels comfortable for you, lowering down onto your elbows. If not, go ahead and stay propped up on your hands, coming into lizard pose. And if you are on your elbows, you can go ahead and lift up onto your hands. And placing that right hand back on the right side of your leg. And we're going to tuck our left toes underneath us and shift our left heel down onto the earth to come into Warrior One. So lifting our upper body and our arms up into the heavens, while pressing our shoulders down away from our ears, making sure that right leg is in a 90-degree angle. And grasping our hands back behind us, lowering our upper body down and lifting those arms up into the heavens, coming into Humble Warrior. Allowing your head to hang heavy. And releasing the grasp of our hands, we're going to use our hands in the earth to walk ourselves into a wide-legged forward fold. We're going to inhale as we halfway lift. And exhale, folding back forward over your legs. And we're going to walk ourselves over to the left side and lowering down on our right knee, coming into lizard pose on the other side. You can lower down onto your elbows if you did so on the other side. And if you are on your elbows, you can lift up back onto your hands, placing that left hand on the left side of your left leg now, and shifting up into Warrior One. Making sure that right heel is rooted into the earth. And grasping our hands behind us, allowing our head to hang heavy over that left leg, coming into Humble Warrior on the left side. And you can release the grasp of your hands and shifting your body to come into a wide-legged forward fold. We're going to inhale, halfway lift here, and exhale, folding back forward. Staying here for one more breath. And keeping our body folded over, we're going to step ourselves up to the top of our mat in a forward fold. Bending our legs generously once we get here, we're going to inhale, lifting our hands up into the heavens. And exhale, Samastitihi, straightening our legs. Inhale, reaching up into the heavens. And exhale, swan dive over into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, folding back forward. Planting your hands onto the earth, stepping or hopping back into your plank, and you can lower down your version of chaturanga, moving through your flow. Inhale as you upward dog, and exhale as you downward dog. Once we get here in downward dog, making sure to root your heels into the earth before we continue. We're going to inhale as that right leg comes up into three-legged dog, and exhale, stepping that right foot in between your hands, coming into a high lunge. We're going to create eagle pose with our arms, so bringing our left arm underneath our right and twisting them so that they come into prayer, lifting our elbows up and away from our face, getting a deep stretch in our upper back. Our hands should be planted right in front of our third eye chakra. Releasing that bind, lowering your hands back down onto the earth and shifting back into downward facing dog. And whenever you're ready, inhaling that left leg to come up into three-legged dog. And exhale, stepping that left foot through in between your hands and coming into high lunge. Creating eagle pose on the other side now, so that right arm is underneath your left and lifting your elbows away from your face. Taking 2 breaths here. And placing your hands back down onto the mat and shifting yourself back up into downward facing dog. And once we're here, lowering our knees down to come into tabletop position. Lowering down onto our forearms, tucking our toes underneath us and shifting our hips up into the heavens, coming into dolphin pose. You have the choice to either look down at your hands or look through your arms, gazing towards your navel. Taking 1 deep breath here, inhale and exhale. You can go ahead and sit back onto your knees, tucking our toes underneath us if this is comfortable, and lifting our arms up into the heavens in prayer pose, and lowering our fingertips down behind our back, coming into reverse prayer. We can lift our heart space and our throat chakra up into the heavens, getting a deep stretch in our triceps. Taking a deep inhale and exhale. Releasing down, coming into tabletop position. Lowering down onto our forearms once again and tucking our toes back behind us, lifting our hips up into dolphin pose. Taking 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, releasing your legs back down onto the ground. And we're going to use our hands to walk ourselves forward to lay onto our belly. Once we get here, making sure our toes are kissing back behind us and laying one arm on top of the other and laying our forehead onto the top arm, coming into crocodile pose. Bringing our attention back to our third eye in between our brow and slowing down our breath, becoming more aware of our breathing patterns. Releasing any tension that we may be holding on to. Relaxing our arms to come to either sides of our body and turning our head to look to the right, laying that left side of our face down into the earth and closing your eyes here if they're not closed already. Melting our body into the earth, becoming one with the soil beneath us. And whenever you're ready, shifting your gaze to look towards the left, laying down that right side of your face onto the mat. And keeping your eyes closed, go ahead and shift yourself into a fetal position. Taking a moment here for yourself. And keeping your eyes closed, using your hands to press against your mat and shift yourself up into an easy seat. Once we get here, bringing the palms of your hands together, bowing our chins in gratitude and raising our thumbs up to kiss our third eye. Repeating these affirmations out loud or in your mind. I listen to my deepest wisdom. I nurture my spirit. I I honor my resonance. Taking a deep inhale into the truth of these words and exhaling all the air out of your mouth. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you discover your inner compass and that you allow your intuition to guide you in your divine path today. Blessings. I'll see you tomorrow for our very last day of chakra healing. Have a beautiful rest of your day.